So Linda and Deborah and I have been asked over and over and over again, the number one question is, how do I get involved in global marketing? The number two question is always, how do I connect with some of those 215 global partner associations? So we've worked out many different ways to try and connect, but we think that this is the best of all worlds, because by connecting our listings with you and your listings, it is the best opportunity for you to connect with each other, to get to know the markets in these other countries, to see who has the properties listed that you might be interested in. So for example, in France, if you identify that in France, in Paris, in Marseille, wherever it happens to be, what would be the price range of properties that you would like to know more about in Paris? And what would be the likelihood of the people that are selling that price range of properties being good candidates to do business with you? You see, it's all about connecting you and connecting the markets. And the best way to do that is, because we can't do the Miami Global Congress every day, and not everyone can come to the Congress, but we can connect with each other through the listings. Linda, would you tell them how they do that?
For the foreign partners, just send me an email and I will send you our link and our logo, and if you have a public-facing portal, let me know. I've reached out to many of you already, but if you have a public-facing portal, we will put a link on our website and we ask you to do the same.
And so those are the first 14 properties, and the one that is not up there yet but has agreed also to share properties with us is Toronto. And so that's 15 global markets that we are starting with. And if there are any of you who represent additional markets, please get in touch with us while we're here. We will be promoting this in our big island stand at the NAR Global Networking Center, and we will feature each of your partner associations in a full wall display, as we have been doing recently, because it's all about us giving exposure, promoting your markets as well as promoting our own. And then we have a special section which will be featuring the new Global Property Exchange. When that page is live, we will announce it to the world, and it will be globalpropx.com. Trying to make it as short as we can. If you have any questions, see Linda or myself or Deborah anytime while we're here. And Linda, anything else for them?
No? Good job.
Good job, yeah. Okay, we're very excited about this. This is a first in the world. Okay, now it's my pleasure to introduce the two people who are going to make another major announcement. How many of you have ever listed, sold, or leased a commercial or investment property? Hands high. Not quite as many as I expected. We did this at a Rock the Market program with 1,300, 1,500 people in the audience, and 80% of the people raised their hands. So, we're going to have Paul Cauchi, Chief of Commercial, Deborah Boza-Valledor, who is our COO and Chief Marketing Officer, introduce what we're doing for our commercial investment members and properties. Please welcome Deborah and Paul.
It's great to be here. Thank you all for being here. 25 years in this historic building, so we're really excited to show you. So many of you are doing commercial. I have some of my commercial leaders here from my board of directors. If you'd raise your hand. Thank you for coming. You're all commercial leaders, so you can all raise your hand. Thank you. One of the things I want to make sure you leave this building with, this event with, this global congress with, is that we have 84% of all the listings in Dade and Broward, okay? And 72 of all three counties, Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach. Now, some of you are from the United States, so you've heard the Arby commercial. I don't know if you know what Arby's is, but they have these gigantic roast beef sandwiches, and they put health food on it, like melted cheese and bacon. And at the end of the ad, they say, "We've got the meats," right? They say, "We've got the meats." Well, we have the listings. We have almost 4,000 listings on our commercial website. And Deborah is going to talk about the listings that we have. Now, these are 84% of all the MLS listings in South Florida are done by MIAMI members.
But even more importantly, Paul, 84% of all the business, not just the listings, but the business is done by MIAMI commercial members. That's extremely important. So that's 8 out of every 10 MLS sales for commercial is done by one of our members.
This is why she's my better half. And this brainchild with Teresa, I don't know, in the United States we have a light bulb that appears when we come up with a great idea. And Teresa was sitting there, we were talking, we've tried all these ways to get our listings, all these different partners. And Teresa said, we have almost 5,000 commercial listings at any given time. Let's take our MLS and give it a jolt and make sure that we're distributing, syndicating our listings. Let's make sure that we have this public portal, all these partners we have. So now we're going to have Deborah talk a little bit about our public portal. And this is the front page of it. So she's going to introduce it.
Well, one of the key things that we found that was sorely missing in the commercial sector was a public-facing website where consumers, investors, buyers, and sellers could go and see what's available in the commercial sector. All the websites that previously had been out there, you had to pay for, you had to subscribe to. We wanted to make it so that consumers anywhere around the world would have access to what was available in South Florida. So we created a consumer-facing website, southfloridacommercialpropertysearch.com or sfcomsearch.com. Either way, it's going to get you there, plus about probably 60 other URLs will get you there, some combination of the name of our website. One of the things that was extremely important was that we differentiated ourselves from the other websites. We didn't want teeny tiny little thumbnail photos. We didn't want the consumer to have to figure out how to go through the website. We wanted to make it intuitive, great big beautiful photos of the properties, and lo and behold, that's what we've delivered. Next, Paul. So one of the things that you're going to find when you go to the website, not only is the landing page, the opening page, incredible and easy to use, but if you scroll down, there's additional information that consumers, and as Teresa likes to say, voted with their feet. They wanted information about up to the minute in South Florida. Then we have a link out to the South Florida Business Journal. But really, one of our most incredible links is this one. Do you have a pointer on that?
We
All
do,
the way.
but
How about if I'll walk in front? Right here, we have international, national, and local real estate news, commercial real estate news. And it has proven to be one of the biggest features of our new consumer-facing website for commercial. And of course, down below, you're going to see a map, and it is a map showing where all the listings are that are currently in our MLS. Next. So, we just launched a brand new feature, and it's called Featured Listings. And the people whose listings were chosen have to have listings that have multiple photos. They also have to have a profile photo of the agent, because there's nothing worse than going to a consumer-facing website and seeing the blue egg. Everybody knows what I'm talking about? Where they don't upload their own photo and what you see is the blue egg. Well, these featured properties over the last 3 weeks, these featured properties over the last few 3 weeks have seen incredible traffic. This is high visibility for these listings, and it's bringing a lot more return traffic to the website. Next. So, you click on a listing as a consumer, you do a search, you can do it by zip code, city, by type of property, by pricing, any way that you want. You can click on a listing and you take a look at this. Here are some, well,
It is.
there
There it is.
you see it?
If I was a cat, I could
Okay. But you see, this listing has incredibly beautiful photos. So contrary to what a lot of residential specialists think, that only residential people invest in drone photography, stage photography, and big, bold, beautiful pictures, I'm here to tell you, the commercial people are knocking it out of the ballpark. So you get the information on the property, and then over to the right, you see information about the listing agent. You can get more information, request it, or you can view a flyer. And it's literally a one-click, and it takes less than 1 second to populate. That's how lightning fast this is. And it can be printed, it can be emailed. Consumers love it, and agents love it, because they can provide it to their customers. And then we have a social share. We could not make it any easier. You click on it and you choose the social media portals that you'd like that information about that listing to go to. Next.
Let me just mention one thing up in this corner here. All of you, we have all of you in mind. We have it in multiple
yes.
languages. We have it in square meters, or you can have it in square feet. So we have it the way that you're going to be looking at your properties, or when you're sending it to your clients. So this is incredible. We have a lot of people looking at the different languages.
And the other thing too is to make it even better. Oh, and in case you were wondering what back end we use, it's the Proxio search engine. So we actually have the pricing for the properties translated into the different currencies around the world, so that you and your customers, no matter where they're from, can find out the information in the currency that they're most comfortable with and what they'll be trading in.
This is about the photo. This is the 8.5 and 11 PDF image of the flyer when you pull it up, and you can send it to your clients.
All right, so we have some basic traffic information. We've only been up and running 1 full month, so let's see, Canada, who was our traffic? So Canada accounted for 15.61% of the traffic to the website the first month, Argentina 10.9, and France 2.42. That's absolutely incredible. For our local market, take a look at this, top U.S. traffic. This kind of falls in place with everything Teresa talked about, that all of our speakers have been talking about, the flight here to South Florida. New York, 15%, California, 11%, Ohio, North Carolina. We even break it out for you, top searches conducted. This is how specific consumers can be when they go to this new website. Properties for sale on Coral Way, Hialeah properties for sale, offices for sale, max price $1 million. And you can see all the rest of the top searches. So consumers are finding this a very user-friendly website, and the traffic has been absolutely phenomenal. The feedback has been terrific. Next.
All right.
All right, now
This
Paul.
is our new launch here at Miami Commercial, and as I mentioned, we have the listings. We have almost 5,000 commercial listings at any given time. We created a new feature for our members that the listings would be, all the commercial listings would be included in their profile, and they could promote their listings with a click of the button, an MLS listing. As long as it's a commercial listing, it will show up in their profile, and they can promote it. All the images, all the information they have in the MLS to all the other 2,500 commercial members that are Miami commercial members. Now, one of the things that we're going to be launching very soon, we already have most of it done, is we're going to have a residential and commercial referral network. And people are going to be able to say, I speak Serbian, I speak French, I speak Missourian, whatever you speak, you'll be able to put it in there. And so, as international practitioners, you'll be able to find people who do commercial. Maybe you want a hotel in Miami Beach and you're from France. You're going to be able to find those commercial members. So we're extremely excited about it. It's integrated with the MLS. In addition, you can send a need. If you have a need, maybe you have international need, or you have a property. We have members with commercial properties from all over. So we're extremely excited about this. And we welcome you. If you have any questions, we have material back there. And Deborah and I were really happy to launch all this information, all these websites for you. The last thing I want to mention is that we have really grown. One of the things, like companies like Realty Hive back there that are helping promote properties internationally, we have added our partners, our syndication and listing partners, an incredible amount of partners. We talked about the public portal. Miami-Dade Beacon Council is the EDC, the economic development for Miami-Dade County. Plus we just added, it's not even up here, it's so new, that we just added Enterprise Florida, which is the state EDC. So if somebody from another country or another state is looking for a property in South Florida, they're going to see one of our 5,000 listings. Brevitas is another partner of ours. That's a national commercial website that's partnered with NAR. Many of you have heard about RPR. Proxio is one of our favorite partners. And then FP&L, as people are looking for site selection. So we continue to add these partners, make sure our listings are all over the world and more exposure, and our members get all the leads from it. So we're really happy to be able to show all this to you, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.